this is Eran Solomon here, your music theory teacher, and in this video I want to talk about quite a painful subject, and that's the enharmonic equivalent or enharmonic notes, and why it is important to master this knowledge. But first, let's talk about what is enharmonics. Well, the enharmonic phenomenon is actually the fact that each note has at least two names. Say the F sharp is also a G flat, and the B flat is also an A sharp. And sometimes you have to call a C, just a normal C, you have to call as B sharp. Now, my pupils often ask me, indeed, why is it so important? As long as I put my finger on the right key, what does it matter if it's a G sharp or an A flat? Well, first I want to ask you something. Say if I write sing like this, is there anything wrong with that? It works. It says sing here, but it's a spelling mistake. We don't want to be of those people who write sing like this, right? But it's more than that. And I want to tell you a little story about a pupil of mine who is now engaged in one of my more advanced courses about chromaticism, about how to diverge from the scale, from the normal diatonic scale, and find all sorts of interesting chords. Now, lately he phoned me and told me, I know by now that the second degree of the minor scale is a diminished chord. Say in the A minor scale, the second chord degree, that's the first, that's the AM, and the second chord degree is a diminished B. It has a B and a D and an F. Now he tells me, I found that if I add an A flat above that diminished triad, it sounds quite well. Actually, it sounds almost the same. This is a normal triad, diminished chord, and with the A flat it sounds like this. But this guy asks me, but what does this A flat do here? Is it some kind of mixture? Does it come from some kind of minor or something? Let's see, A flat, if I play, if this is AM harmony, and I play an A flat chord, it sounds very harsh. And if I play, perhaps it comes from FM, F minor chord, it really sounds spooky. So, what does this A flat do here? Now, I reminded him that the minor scale has three versions, and one of them is the harmonic minor, in which we take the seventh degree and lift it by a semitone. So instead of G we have a G sharp. Now when you understand that this A flat is actually G sharp, everything is now simple. Because we use the G sharp in order to have a dominant, in order to have a chord which causes a tension, which leads to the tonic. So just as we have taken the EM, the natural fifth degree of AM, and that's the EM, and we lifted the G a semitone, and instead of EM it is now E, and E really leads to AM. In the same manner, we can take the seventh degree, the G, and take the G a semitone up, and we get a diminished triad of G sharp, which really leads to AM. Now we can easily add another third above this diminished triad, and that's an F, and now This is exactly the chord he spoke about, it's just inverted. It has the B and the D and the F and an additional note which is not an A flat but a G sharp. And this is just some kind of seventh chord which leads to the tonic. Another kind of dominant harmony which leads to the tonic AM. So you see, when you call the note in the wrong name, when you spell it incorrectly, when you call the G sharp an A flat, then everything goes haywire. You don't understand anything. You don't understand how all this works. You don't understand where this chord comes from. But when you understand that it's a G sharp, instantly you analyze it as a part of the harmonic minor scale, which is really quite common, and everything falls into its place. So that's just a little example of how enharmonic spelling, enharmonic equivalence, is something which you have to master, something that you have to know correctly, otherwise you can't understand the music. Have you encountered similar cases where the right spelling of a note really changes the meaning, that perhaps you made a mistake and then understood that it was an enharmonic problem, just a misspelling, a misspelled note? I'll be happy to hear of it in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So that's all for now, and see you in the next video. This is Eran Solomon from Jerusalem. Bye bye for now.